Madam Secretary is not available today, so our Vice President is substituting. As always, thank you all for your time. Thank you all for attending. This is the general body meeting of the Student Governing Association for April 26th, Monday. We'll start off with the first item on the agenda. Madam Secretary, if you could do the roll call. Or sorry, Madam President, Madam Vice President.
That's okay. Hello, everyone. I hope you're all doing good. So yes, I'm going to be substituting today for Tala. I'm going to start with the roll call. Let's begin with Dylan.
Here.
Carol and myself here. Harrison.
Present. Thank you.
William. All right. Tala. Steve Hudson. Adele.
Here.
Aquay. Aziza.
Here.
Brendan. Brandon. Okay, Christine.
Here.
Also, if you're unable to talk, you can just type them in the chat as well. David.
Here.
Did you say mine? Sorry. I don't know whose name you said.
Who was that? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry,
that was me. Here.
All right. Yvette.
Here.
Jordan.
Here.
Kate.
Here.
Miriam.
Here.
Mira.
Here.
Naveen. Robert. Socket.
He messaged in the chat.
Yes. Sateva. Sebastian.
Here.
Wada. Tanvi.
Here.
Tonanzi. Zahra.
Here.
Rihanna. Camilla.
Here.
Ricky. Sarah. And Riddhi. All right, the roll call is done.
Madam Vice President, would you be able to mark Robert Jones?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Oh, I see you. Okay.
All right. If you did not hear your name called, or if the attendance record is inaccurate, please do send a message, and we'll do our best to correct that expediently. Okay. Sweta also just joined.
Perfect. I got her.
All right. Thank you so much. So the next item on the agenda, we're going to try and keep it quick today, is the approval of minutes. So if there's no objection, we will be approving the minutes from the last SGA general body meeting of April the 19th, 2021. Okay, hearing no objection, the minutes from last meeting have been approved. Executive board reports, there's the legacy drive linked. There's a tiny URL on my profile for Instagram as well. I'm still in the process of uploading all of the PDF forms, and that'll be available in the office. The SGA emergency fund, as always, is available. It's forms.newark.rutgers.edu. It's the first link. If you need COVID-19 relief, please apply to that. Send that to your friends or peers. Resources, Dr. Denise Thomas is the Director of Health and Wellness. There's a Counseling Center, WeChat Student Text Helpline, Samvelo, and Student Health Center numbers. WeChat is a confidential student text helpline, and the Counseling Center number is for scheduling appointments. If you're not ready for those steps, I really recommend Samvelo. It's a great app, very intuitive and very easy to use. You activate it through the My Rutgers portal. Right underneath your profile image. Rutgers is mandating vaccines for all students who do not have exemptions or are attending online-only programs. So the majority of students will require a vaccination to be on campus. Chancellor Cantor has plans for fall 2021 already submitted with lots of resources and hyperlinks. I'm putting that in the chat as well. Next, we have Jamal with 2 A's, Brown. Our president has done the great step of trying to organize a call bank and posted some social media advocacy regarding that. Here's the leaf to the GoFundMe page. For those of you who don't know, Jamal was really involved with student life and very supportive of a lot of student leaders. Maybe a bit before some of you attended here, but still a member of the Rutgers community. So please do look at that. For the prayer space, I believe we have a resolution coming up today and some amendments with accounting procedure, but we'll have that during the discussion of the resolution itself. There was a statement issued regarding the George Floyd verdict. Mr. President, would you like to talk briefly about that?
Yeah, so it's a joint statement. I think it's very straightforward. Has some important tangible calls to action for administration. Nothing really unrealistic, and I think everything makes sense. And that's it. And we've posted that online and made sure that people have seen it promptly.
Thank you very much, President. I do want to note that me rushing through is not noting anything about any issue significance. You know, we're here to advocate for students, and we're glad for the verdict. We're calling on Rutgers community to continue to support students, but this rather is just an issue of time, since I think this is a record both for the amount of legislation in a meeting, as well as the amount of funding being moved as well. So I want to make sure we have enough time for that. For course issues, contact in order. Once again, instructor, the chair of the department, and finally the dean, if each of those do not prove helpful. And always make sure you're CCing our Student Governing Association email, runsga@gmail.com. If you hear about any issues, if you yourself are experiencing any issues, please reach out so we can resolve them. We have some other informal deadlines, doing their best to try and meet them. Okay, are there any committee reports? Keeping in mind that we'll talk about specific legislation during new business. Are there any committee reports?
Hello, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, everyone. Permission to speak?
Of course, recognized.
Hello, good morning, everyone. Senator Zahra Hussain, Diversity Affairs. So me and my co-senator Aziza, we published the Culture Fest campaign, and it's been out online. So submission is still open until the 28th, and the campaign will be socially displayed on the 29th and 30th. So if anyone in SGA is interested for cultural anything, fashion, dance, music, etc., please submit it. And yeah, this is the update from the Diversity Committee.
Thank you very much, Senator. I put it in the chat, but would you be able to provide the link in the chat as well for submission?
Totally.
Thank you. Are there any other committee reports? Are there any other committee reports? Okay, hearing none, we're going to move on to Senate. My apologies, Community Engagement Week has already passed. So there was a statement regarding solidarity with the Coptic community. If the sponsoring senators want to speak on that.
Hi guys. So if you were unaware, on April 18, a Coptic man was murdered by the terrorist group ISIS. A video was released regarding the event, and I think Rutgers should release a statement regarding that, and I forgot the word, acknowledging the Christian persecution in the Middle East. If you just take a minute and look at the statement and just give me feedback on it. We are seeking the co-sponsorship of MSA and the Newman Catholic Organization, if I'm correct. If anybody does have the contact information for the Newman Catholic Organization, please let me know.
All right, thank you very much, Senator. I am screen sharing the statements as written right now. So it basically gives a brief review of the events and reiterates support for Coptic Christians. And knowing that we're there to advocate and cry for justice for their community. So currently is signed by the president of the Rutgers University Newark Coptic Society, as well as our community outreach senators as well. If you would like to collaborate on this, please reach out to these senators so that you may work on the messaging and sending that out. Is there any discussion on this before we just put it before the floor so we can say that the association is taking a vote and supports this as well? Okay, so hearing no discussion, this statement in support of the Coptic community, no worries, thank you for attending, Senator. The statement in support of the Coptic community is now before the floor for debate and discussion. Is there any discussion regarding this statement? Okay, hearing no discussion, we will now move to a simple majority vote by voice in favor or against the statement. All those in favor of the statement say aye.
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 Okay, thank you. All those opposed say nay. All right, thank you. Madam Vice President, if you would be able to mark it unanimous by voice. The Rutgers Student Governing Association obviously supports our Coptic community. If you would like to work on this messaging, please reach out to community outreach centers. The link has been put in the chat, is also available in the agenda. I know our president has been in contact, and the people working on the Prayer Space initiatives have been in contact with multiple religious groups on campus, so they might be a resource, and I'll do my best to reach out myself as well. So hopefully we can have this posted via social media fairly within the next couple of days at the latest. Thank you. All right. Are there any other Senate reports? Okay, are there any other Senate reports? All right, hearing none, we're going to move on to new business, of which there is a lot. So we're going to begin with proposed resolution E12, investing our future additional funding. The number was slightly increased since last mentioned, but I'm going to share the screen so that you guys can see the resolution. It is hyperlinked in the agenda, which is publicly accessible as always. I'm just putting in the chat. if you have difficulty seeing my screen. Okay. So SGA Resolution 2021-E12, authored by President with sponsors Speaker Tanvi Patel, Are You Run Gaming Club, We Found Pride, Are You Dreamers, and Rutgers Student Veterans Organization. So whereas the SGA has a tremendous opportunity to make a positive, tangible impacts on campus, the previous resolutions were used Amazon as a benchmark, and we had a brief presentation last time with myself and the Chief of Finance explaining why the vendors and purchasing agreements for Rutgers were a little bit more difficult to work around. There's specific regulations. And whereas additional funding is needed to purchase similar items to what was listed in the appendices based on student and senator feedback and to adjust as needed with administration. Whereas the executive board gave a presentation. Oh, thank you, it's hyperlinked, fantastic. So I'll put that in the chat one more time. Therefore, be it resolved, thank you. Therefore, be it resolved that the Rutgers University Newark Student Governing Association authorizes an additional $4,500 to be allocated towards this purpose, investing in our future, under the supervision of the Chief of Finance and Speaker of the Senate, and continues working with Office of Reservation Special Events, ORSE, Office of Student Accounting, Office of Student Life and Leadership, OSLL, relevant student affairs offices, and the relevant student organizations to execute the initiative. It has now been stated before the floor and is open for debate and discussion.
May I be recognized?
Of course, Madam Secretary.
Thank you. I don't really know
Speaker.
if our president wants to speak first, but I did want to speak in favor of this. Obviously, you know, Dylan and I collaborated on the first resolution towards this, but we ended up figuring out that we needed a lot more money than what we had created in our hypotheticals. So as you all know, when Erica came and spoke, she specifically said that that was the first time that she ever felt heard, and I think that it's important that we keep investing in our student organizations and the communities that whose voices often go unheard. So please, like, I urge everyone to vote yes to this. We're just asking for additional funding for what was laid out in our initial resolution. And I also encourage the next associations to uplift the voices that often go unheard and to always fight for our student organizations.
Thank you very much, Speaker. I'm sorry, I'm a little scatterbrained at the moment, but thank you. Is there any further debate or discussion regarding this resolution? Is there any further debate or discussion regarding this resolution?
May I speak? Sorry.
Of course, Speaker.
So I just got word that according to our Chief of Finance's calculations, we will end up needing more money. So I would like to amend the resolution to, sorry, I just want to see the exact wording. Thank you for. So in the space that says authorizes an additional 4,500, I would like to amend that to, to an additional 5,200 to be allocated towards this purpose under the supervision of the Chief Finance and Speaker of the Senate.
Okay, so there is a motion to strike out 4,500 and replace it with 5,200. According to the most recent numbers from our Chief of Finance. Is there a second to that amendment? Once again, this is just miscommunication.
Second.
Oh, thank you. So seconded Vice President, if you saw a speaker, that'd be great. But it's been motioned by a speaker and seconded by another. Is there any debate or discussion regarding this amendment? Thank you, President. Is there any debate or discussion regarding this amendment to $5,200 based on the most recent numbers from our Chief of Finance? Oh, thank you, Sweta. Yeah, I just saw the S. Okay, if there is no further debate and discussion, we will be moving to a 2/3 majority vote by roll call. Okay. Whenever the Vice President is ready, we will be moving to a 2/3 majority vote. All those in favor of the amendment say aye. All those opposed to the amendment say nay.
Aye.
Oh, no,
Aye.
when your name is called, my apologies.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
No, sorry for not clarifying. Whenever you're ready, Vice President.
Yeah. So I'll begin with Tonanzi.
I'm so sorry. I joined literally like a minute ago. Am I able to vote? Just so that like I follow protocol.
Yes, of course. As opposed to last year, there is no restriction on voting, no matter when you arrive in the meeting.
Okay.
So yes, you are able to vote.
That. Aye.
Hi. Okay. So oh, aye, that's your. Got it. All right, Jordan.
Aye.
Tanvi.
Aye.
Yvette.
Aye.
Adele.
Aye.
Miriam.
Aye.
Zahra.
Aye.
Aziza. Akwai. Sebastian.
Aye.
Saket. If you can type it in the chat, I can see.
Aye.
Oh, perfect. Robert.
Aye.
Sweta.
Aye.
Naveen. Okay. Mira.
Aye.
David.
Aye.
Christine.
Aye.
Yes, Aziza, if you can just type in your vote in the chat, I can put it. Kate. Sateva. Brendan. Okay, got you. Camilla.
Aye.
Ricky. And Sarah.
Okay.
All right, we have a unanimous vote in favor
Fantastic.
of amending the resolution and passing it.
Thank you very much, Vice President. So unanimous obviously exceeds the 2/3 majority required. I'm going to resume share and clear the annotate and change it to the amended amount, 5,200. So this amended form of this resolution, E12, is now before the floor for debate and discussion. Everything else is exactly the same. It's just $5,200 now. Is there any debate or discussion on this resolution? See, there's a little bit of debate regarding our protocol going on in the chat. But is there any debate or discussion regarding this resolution? Okay, we just had our Chief of Finance enter our meeting. So are there any points of information regarding this resolution for Chief of Finance? We're talking about proposed resolution E12 to increase necessary funding for the Investing in Our Future initiative. Is there any debate, discussion, points of information? If there is none, we will be moving to a 2/3 majority vote by roll call. Okay, Vice President, sorry to trouble you again. So once again, when your name is called, we are now voting on this resolution as a whole. If you are in favor of passing this resolution, say yay. If you are opposed, say nay. Vice President, whenever you're ready.
Yeah. Tunanzi,
Yay.
Jordan,
Aye.
Tanvi,
Aye.
Yvette,
Aye.
Adele,
Aye.
Miriam,
Yay.
Zahra,
Aye. Yay.
Aziza,
Yay.
Akwe, okay. Sebastian?
Yay.
That's it?
Senator, we're having a little bit of trouble hearing you. I wasn't able to catch that, Sebastian.
Yeah, that's fine. I said yay.
Saket,
Yay.
Robert,
Aye.
Rita,
Wait, did you say my name, Swetha?
yes.
Oh, sorry. Yay.
All right. Naveen? Got it. Mira?
Aye.
David?
Aye.
Christine?
Aye.
Kate? Teva? Brendan? Brianna?
Aye.
Camilla?
Aye.
Ricky? Sarah? And Riddhi. All right, we have a unanimous yes for passing this resolution. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Vice President. Unanimous, obviously, supersedes or exceeds the 2/3 majority required. So The resolution E12 to increase necessary funding for the Investing in Our Future initiative does pass. Congratulations and thank you to all the senators. There were some questions I got in the chat regarding voting procedure. I'm sorry for changing it up a bit. I know we've been doing aye and nay all year. Want to try yay and nay a little bit just to be a little bit more like our actual Senate. But in either case, either one will be recorded as a yes vote. Both aye and yay will be recorded as a yes vote in favor by our vice president or normally the Madam Secretary. And if you were to try and change voting procedures, that would normally require another 2/3 majority vote by Robert's rules. So say, for example, you wanted to close debate, right? And you want to move directly to the vote. Since you're taking away members' powers to debate more, that's a 2/3 majority vote by roll call. If you wanted to change the kind of vote that was being done, that's once again a 2/3 majority vote by roll call. If there are no issues with a resolution, I think the best way is just to stay silent. And within a couple seconds, we will move directly to the votes. But yeah, normally just due to the way our charter and bylaws is written, we're required to do 2/3 for both resolutions and bills. So if there are any further questions, consult the charter and bylaws, feel free to text me or call me to order with an incidental motion. The next order of new business is the resolution 2021 S/E3 to fund the Interfaith Prayer Space Governing Board. So this has a lot of sponsors because we have a lot of senators working on this. Thank you so much for your hard work this entire year. I know it's been a struggle, but in the conversations, there was the proposal to create an Interfaith Prayer Space Governing Board, similar to the governing board that is for our PRCC prayer space. So resolution 2021 S/E3, whereas leaders from cultural and faith-based student organizations in collaboration with the SGA compiled an itemized list submitted to administration for use in the to be established interfaith prayer space within RBS. Administration has made verbal commitments in internal meetings to seeing through the construction and utilization of a dedicated room within RBS used for interfaith prayer, amongst other purposes respectful of the space available to all students, whereas administration would be responsible for financing potential alteration and constructions costs, and whereas the future governing board would be responsible for purchasing necessary and faith-based items for the space as the group decides. Whereas the association can and should fund this initiative, given its important role in creating it, and to safeguard the capacity of the future governing board for the space. So therefore, be it resolved that the Rutgers University Newark Student Governing Association requests the creation of a separate account for this governing board, requests relevant senators to sign off consent on the purpose of the account per Office of Student Accounting's needs, urges for the board to function similar to the board for the prayer space within PRCC, but include multiple organizations and members of faith not represented by students as seen fit, urges the next SGA and RBS senators to implement plans set forth this academic year, use the advisement of current RBS senators during the transition, and innovate as necessary. Request the Chief of Finance to make relevant transfers and to transfer an amount from the SGA General Fund equivalent to the contributions of individual senators to this account, and authorizes the funds of this account to roll into emergency funding for students with the Office of Financial Aid if left unused during the next academic year. So this resolution to fund the Interfaith Prayer Space Governing Board has been presented and is now before the floor for debate and discussion. Thank you, President Dylan Terpstra, RBS Senator Robert Jones, as well as all of the Senate sponsors. Since you are the author, Senator Jones, feel free to begin.
Thank you, Chairman. I'd just like to speak in favor of this resolution, obviously. So just to elaborate a little bit, so far we've had 9 senators contribute their individual Senate funds, whether partial or full, towards this initiative, which has been very helpful. But we're going to take this money and give it to that board so that they can make the decisions for what the room needs itself, not only so that they get exactly what they need, but also so that it's not coming out of student organizations, their budget, and there's not going to be conflict as to who has ownership of anything when it will be the board in its entirety. So we're really looking to do this to not only have that arranged, but also to be able to talk to administration and say, hey, we have these accounts they're ready to fund this space, let's continue getting the ball rolling, because we on the SJ side have already done all that we need to do. We've already provided all the documents and spoken with everybody that we really need to talk to. So now it's about really pressuring them to get it done by our goal of fall 2021. So yeah, I hope that you guys support this bill as well. And if you have any questions, thoughts, I'm looking forward to hearing them, and I yield my time. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Senator. And thank you once again to the working group. I know you have been at this since fall. I'm sorry to hear that sort of at a bit of a roadblock administration-wise, but hopefully continuing into summer, the space can actually be renovated. They can do whatever they need to do so that come fall 2021, this governing board, this Prairie Space governing board can step in as necessary. Is there any further debate or discussion from the floor?
May I be recognized?
Of course.
Hey, everybody. Good afternoon. This is David, one of the student affairs senators. First off, I apologize if you hear any music in the background. I'm not here by myself. But I just wanted to, of course, I speak in support of the resolution. And I just wanted to shine light real quick and reiterate what Harrison just said, what the chairman just said. I just want to highlight and shout out those who have been working really, really hard. I know, like, sometimes we pass legislation and a lot of times, I just want to give credit where credit is due. So I want to, shout out and really, really give credit for all the hard work and late nights that have been put into this piece of legislation. And I do hope it does pass. I rest my time.
Thank you, Senator. And yeah, an unfortunate reality is that, even though it's a lot of work to put these legislation together, that's only part of the work, right? And so much happens behind the scenes. But thank you all. Is there any other or any further debate or discussion regarding resolution 2021 S/E3? 2021 indicating the latter half of our academic year, Senate and Executive Board collaboration, and it's the third of that kind. There's also a note I'm getting from the president that the dollar amount was not included by mistake. Senator Jones, point of information, is there a total dollar amount that has been set for bullet point 7?
Yes, we would just have to confirm with the chief of finance, because we have individual senators contributing different amounts. So once they confirm with the chief of finance, we can then determine that finalized amount. Since we're really just looking to have the general fund match what senators are contributing.
Of course. There is a question to amend to include it. Is there a particular amount that has been set?
We can give an approximation, but we wouldn't have a specific amount, just because there are 2 senators that are contributing. They don't know their amount of funds. So we would just have to wait for that confirmation from the chief of finance.
All right, our chief of finance.
Hi, everyone. First, I just want to say sorry that I was late joining today. I am at work as per the usual. But I do just want to say that at this time, it would be impossible in order to amend this resolution in order to actually match it to an exact number amount, just because until each individual senator actually reaches out to me to give their individualized consent to use their funds, there's no way that we can contribute it to that. And if we were to set a specific amount for it to match based on an estimation, and then we did not meet that estimation, it would create a whole mess of problems. We'd have to go back and we'd have to pass another resolution to fix this one, stuff like that. So I would advise against that. However, what I can let you know is that as of right now, I'm pulling back up the budget real quick, and I can tell you how much has already been allocated to that. And so that is, sorry, just having to scroll down. So as of right now, that is $2,740.72. And that's as of today. And I believe we are currently only waiting on 2 senators to reach out and give their consent.
May I request the floor?
Very quick, speaker, I'm so sorry. A point of information for Chief of Finance, with matching or without matching?
So that is without matching. So the $2,000 figure that I just said is solely the funds that have been put forward by the senators. So that's completely before any sort of matching.
Thank you very much, Chief of Finance. If you could put that number in the chat, just so we have a record of that, that would be fantastic. Speaker.
Thank you. So I do want to speak in favor of this resolution. And I just want to point out to the senators, I understand that there isn't an exact amount that we know right now. However, I would just like to say that any amount is, I'm expecting maybe even going up to 4,000, but that amount is still very insignificant compared to the large general fund that we have. So I just really wanted to point that out and saying that this is an important initiative, and all of the senators who have been working on this have been putting countless time and effort into this. So I'm definitely in favor of this. I think that this is important to have in RBS. So yeah, just wanted to put that out there. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Speaker. Is there any further debate or discussion regarding this proposed resolution? Is there any further debate or discussion regarding this proposed resolution? Okay. Excuse my poor handwriting, but essentially for item 5, request the Chief of Finance probably make the relevant transfers from individual senators' accounts. That would be moving the figure in the chat at least $2,740.42, plus any additional contributions from senator funds to the prayer space, to the Interfaith Prayer Space Governing Board's accounts. And item 6 is essentially the matching, to transfer an amount from our general fund that is equivalent to the total contributions. From a legislative standpoint, I think this functions very well for the purposes intended to, and it allows room for the amount that is contributed to grow as need be. Is there any further debate or discussion on this resolution? If there is no further debate or discussion, we will move to a 2/3 majority vote by roll call. Okay. Thank you, Vice President.
Yeah, of course. All right, I'll begin with Tunenzi.
Yay.
Jordan.
Aye.
Tanvi.
Aye.
Avas.
Aye.
Adele.
Aye.
Was that an aye? Okay. Miriam.
Yay. Or aye.
Okay. Zahra.
Aye.
Aziza.
Aye.
Akwai. Sebastian.
Aye.
Saket. Saket. Robert.
Aye.
Rita.
Aye.
Naveen. Mira.
Aye.
David,
Yay.
Christine,
Yay.
Kate,
Aye.
Sateva, Brandon, Brianna,
Aye.
Camilla,
Aye.
Vicky, Sarah, and Reggie. Okay, once again, we have a unanimous vote for a yes. Congratulations, everyone.
Thank you very much, Vice President. Thank you to the working group, and thank you to everyone who voted. Congratulations, SGA Resolution 2021 S/E3, a resolution to fund the Interfaith Prayer Space Governing Board, unanimously passes. All right, thank you very much for your time. And hopefully we can see this continue into the fall semester. The next item on new business will be the Bill for Internal Affairs Amendments, written by the Internal Affairs Committee, with many thanks to the Speaker, as well as Judicial Council for collaborating on this. We have co-sponsors, the SASN Senators, Student Affairs Senator Mira Desai, me and Senator Akwe Borte, essentially members of Internal Affairs Committee, including Senator Tonantzin Akos, and Chief of Arbitration Samantha, Arbitrator Angie Ruiz, Arbitrator Adriana, Arbitrator Jeremy, and Arbitrator Lauren, who is present today. Thank you. So this is a bill to update elections and judicial council proceedings. This one is a little bit lengthier. I hope you have a chance to review it. I know it's a little bit unconventional, but would the speaker like to offer any input about how this should be presented? Should we give a summary? What do you think is best?
Yeah, sure. So I'm down to definitely just run down the sections real quick for everyone.
All right.
So the whereas section just kind of states that, you know, the charter and bylaws is a living document that allows for changes, and the elections and appeals procedures given this year have given us a lot of insight into how we can change the charter to make it a substantial document that outlines an appeals procedure and kind of, you know, specifies the scope of the election procedure.
All right, I'll scroll down. Just let me know, speaker.
Sure, yeah. Okay, so section 1, the amendments to bylaw 203, article 1. So if anyone wants to follow along, basically the sections are titled with where you can find the changes that we're making for that specific section. So we're just kind of, hold on, it's been a while since I've looked at this. So there have been some changes that we made this year, including the fact that there is only one speaker and not two. So section 1 just kind of clarifies that. Section 2, so we wanted to add a procedure that states that the Judicial Council must familiarize themselves with the charter going forward. So we added that. And then just a little like housekeeping, like adding spaces between certain sections, since the way that it is, you know, kind of outlined is a little tricky to understand. And then section 4, there was just a section that we thought was kind of not relevant because it creates an authority clash. So we decided to take that out. Yeah, you can move down to the next amendment. So this one just amends the timeline for Judicial Council procedures from 3 days to 5 days. And then the next section goes along with it. So if you want to scroll down, Harrison. So this is the bigger one. So it's a brand new appeals procedure section. So this just gives an outline to how the appeals procedure should work. And I think that it's really important that we write this into the charter because there is no written procedure of how things follow. We've kind of left that up to president for over the years, and I think that it's about time that we embed it into the charter so that no judicial council member has to step into their role not knowing how to do their role. So this outline is what just kind of outlines what powers are given, how it runs, and who runs it. You can scroll down. So the hearing procedure is also very new. So we knew that we wanted to allow students to have the power to request a hearing, but we also knew that hearings should be a last minute resort, something that is extremely necessary. So I believe in the appeals procedure, it was outlined what exactly calls for a hearing, which is when you're standing within the association as a student or a candidate in the election is compromised. So you may request a hearing, and then this section will now outline how a hearing is given, who speaks first, who responds, and just procedure that you follow when a hearing. You may scroll, Harrison. You can go to the next section. Thank you. So section 5, this is completely brand new, and this is a new concept that we wanted to invoke into our charter. So as the Internal Affairs Committee, something that we have really trying to wrap our heads around is how we can increase communication between all three branches of the government while also keeping separations of powers and upholding that, and also invoking checks and balances. So we decided that we would give all three secretaries a little bit more power, and how it would work is, of course, we didn't have a judicial secretary before, but we did have a legislative secretary and an executive secretary. Although not put into place this year, the legislative secretary, but hopefully next year it will be utilized. So judicial secretaries will be as the following, which is they will be meeting together whenever kind of with a compromise. They will then go back and inform the Senate body, the Judicial Council, and the executive board and what compromise they want to come up with. And, you know, then there will be collaboration between the three branches of government whenever any problem arises. So this way we are enhancing communication while also keeping separations of power. You can scroll down, Harrison. Sorry guys, I know this is a lot. So the next following sections are just little amendments to the elections procedures. So there are spaces where it says that it grants authority to the elections committee as well as the SGA association entirely. But as per precedent, it's always just been the elections committee that deals with the elections, as you know, it is the right of the committee. So that's why we kind of changed the language a little bit to strike out association where necessary. And we also expanded the procedure. So in a couple of sections, it states that it is up to the elections committee chair to, you know, hold candidate information sessions, give out information to the candidates, when in reality, that's a lot for one person to do, and it should be up to the entire committee and the chair to allocate how the roles and responsibilities for the other members of the committee. So that is why we've kind of changed the language to include designated member of the elections committee. I believe that's all. I don't know, Harrison, you can scroll down if I forgot anything, Harrison, you can definitely chime in at any time. But that's essentially it. Oh, and the last section is really important. So there was kind of a discrepancy with, you know, write-ins. So we decided to just strip the discrepancy altogether and any future problems that may arise. And we decided that write-in spots should be included for each position. And for positions that have 2 seats, which is Senate positions, they must have 2 separate write-in options. This way, it's fair to every single position, and it's not as if, the elections committee, before in the charter, it was written that the elections committee would use their own discretion to include a write-in spot or not. But this way, it's just written in writing that a write-in spot must be included for every single position. This way, it's fair. And yeah, that's it.
Thank you very much, Speaker. I know this was a lot of work, a lot of time to put together something so thorough. I did want to add briefly for the write-in option. I believe that was employed just this past election. And the rationale was essentially like, if there is only one candidate running, or if there are 2 candidates running, you should still be able to write in, your own candidates for both positions as you see fit. I also did want to touch upon section 3 of part Roman numerals, part 12. My goodness. So section 3 says, add to the end of bylaw 701, article 2, section 2. Candidate fails to attend the candidate information session, ethical development workshops, or fulfill any other non-academic requirements. At the time, the listed ones are the only non-academic requirements. It is their responsibility to reach out to the elections committee. Failure to meet any criteria is grounds for ineligibility to run. And I'm not really sure, I'm still kind of confused why there was some misunderstandings over this, since it is the elections committee that determines whether a candidacy is possible or not, whether a candidate has fulfilled the requirements. But there was some miscommunication that apparently, or some misunderstandings. So I think this makes it very clear that it is your responsibility as a candidate to make sure you're fulfilling all of the specified requirements as per the elections committee. So there shouldn't be any future misunderstandings about that. All of these have numerous sections about renumbering, just to make sure that all the edits don't mess up the formatting. And I hope you had the chance to review this prior, since this has been available in the drive since at least this past Tuesday. And this is all publicly available. But I know it's a lot. I know there's a lot that's happening, from creating an appeals procedure in parts. I see. Extending the timeline, creating an appeals procedure in part 3, creating a hearing procedure in part 4, creating judicial secretary in part 5, and amending things with elections from part 6 to part 13, 14, roughly. From part 6 to 19 is all amendments to elections procedure. But it has been stated, and this entire bill to update elections and judicial council proceedings is now before the floor for debate and discussion.
May I request the floor?
Of course, I do want to recognize the speaker, since she is the primary author.
Sorry, Lauren can go first. I wanted to amend, so Lauren can speak first.
Okay, so that would be, I feel like that would require another bill, since that's something within like our own association, just the way it's set up. But unless someone calls me to order, I'd like to recognize our judicial council arbitrator. You guys appointed her. Is there any call to order? Okay, no one's going to call me to order. So Lauren.
Hello. Lauren Wolf, Judicial Council Arbitrator. I just wanted to speak briefly in favor of this bill, because the fall was a very hectic time for Judicial Council, and I think we definitely needed more of a smoother transition, smoother information within our bylaws in order for the Judicial Council to be fully represented and to be fully part of the association. I want to thank Tanvi for creating this bill. I want to thank my fellow Judicial Council members, even though they're not here. And I want to thank everyone who's in favor of this bill, and I hope it gets passed. So that's everything. Thank you very much, and I rest my time.
Thank you very much, arbitrator. All right. Is there any other debate or discussion regarding a proposed bill to update elections and judicial council proceedings 2021 S2? Are there any points of information regarding Bill 2021 S2? Is there any debate or discussion regarding SGA Bill 2021 S2? If there is no discussion, we will be moving to 2/3 vote by roll call.
May I request the floor?
Of course.
Thank you. So I do need to amend something really quickly. I'm so sorry. And I hate that this has to be done during a meeting, so now we have to vote on it. But section 3, the appeals procedure section, I want to amend section 1 to that. So after so it says the petitioner must submit their complaint, evidence, and the names of any witness or witnesses' statements against the defense within 5 days after the completion of the election. I want to add after the election, or if it is an incident outside of the elections after the incident has happened. Just so this could be an all-encompassing appeals procedure.
Thank you, Speaker. That sounds well reasoned. Would you be able to put that language in the chat?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, so the proposed amendment is to add this language to the end of that sentence. So after the completion of the election, or if it is an incident outside of elections, after the incident happens.
May I request the floor just so I can elaborate real quick?
Of course.
Thank you. So the reason why I wanted to incorporate that for those of us that aren't extremely familiar with the charter and bylaws, judicial council's responsibilities are beyond the scope of just elections. They also deal with internal matters within the association that happens. So that's why I felt the need to add this, because if there is something that happens internally within the association, we need to make sure that there is an appeals procedure outlined. So by adding this, it ensures that this appeals procedure will be used for all incidents.
Thank you very much, Speaker. So it's been motioned to add this language, get rid of, like, move the period to the end or whatnot, add after the word election, or if it is an incident outside of elections, after the incident happened. Is there a second to this amendment? Do I hear a second to the speaker's amendment? Okay, seconded by Media Senator Forte, thank you. So it's been motioned and seconded. We will, is there any debate or discussion regarding this amendment? Okay, if there is no debate or discussion regarding this amendment, not the bill itself, we are amending and adding the language, the text in red. We will be moving to a 2/3 vote by roll call. When your name is called, say yay or aye if you're in favor of the red text, or say nay if you would not like the red text to be added. Vice President.
Yeah, so I'll begin with Tananzi.
Aye.
Jordan,
Aye.
Tanvi,
Aye.
Eva,
Aye.
Adele,
Aye.
Miriam,
Aye.
Zahra,
Aye.
Aziza. I got you. Akwe, Sebastian,
Aye.
Saket,
Aye.
Robert,
Aye.
Rita,
Aye.
Naveen, Mira,
Aye.
David,
Yay.
Christine,
Aye.
Kate,
Aye.
Sateva, Brandon, Brianna, Camilla,
Aye.
Ricky, Sarah, and Reggie. All right, amending the bill for internal affairs amendment has passed by unanimous yes, so we should proceed to the 2/3 vote.
Thank you very much, Vice President. I'm going to add the language as put in the chat. Let me actually undo my deletion. Okay. So this is the current Bill 2021 S2 to amend elections and judicial council proceedings, or to update, I should say, these proceedings. Is there any further debate or discussion? Okay, since seeing no further debate or discussion, we will move to 2/3 vote by roll call on this bill itself. So when your name is called, if you are in favor of the bill, say aye. If you are opposed, say nay, or yay if you're in favor, whichever you prefer. Vice President.
All right, Tunanzi,
Aye.
Jordan,
Aye.
Tanvi,
Aye.
Eva,
Aye.
Adele,
Aye.
Miriam,
Aye.
Zahra,
Aye.
Aziza, Akwe, Sebastian,
Aye.
Saket,
Aye.
Robert,
Aye.
Rita,
Aye.
Naveen, Mira,
Aye.
David,
Yay.
Christine,
Aye.
Kate,
Aye.
Sateva, Brandon, Brianna, Camilla,
Aye.
Ricky, Sarah? Vidhi? All right, once again, it passes unanimously. Congratulations.
All right, thank you very much to all who contributed. SGA Bill 2021 S2 has passed. We're near our time now, so we're going to go on to next new business, SGA Resolution 2021 E13. Brief summary, we've played a key role in advocating for graduation. We succeeded in getting a 50% discount to the 1/3 of our graduating class. But there are events that are being run by program board, and we have committed verbally to supporting them at least, and even on the website. So 500 meal vouchers would cost $6,000, and we're splitting the cost of the program board. So thereby, it be a resolve that Rutgers Newark Student Governing Association authorizes $3,000 for this purpose, promotes Salute Week events, and partner with program board and administration to help serve students. It has been stated and placed before Senate and is now open for debate and discussion. Is there any debate or discussion on $3,000 to support the graduation drive-in event for Salute Week? These will be given on first come, first served basis. I encourage you to reach out to our president if you have any points of information for this. Is there any debate or discussion on this resolution 2021 E13? Okay, if there's no discussion, we will be moving to 2/3 majority vote by roll call. Vice President?
Okay, Tunanzi,
Aye.
Jordan,
Aye.
Tanvi,
Aye.
Yvette,
Aye.
Adele,
Aye.
Miriam,
Aye.
Zahra,
Aye.
Aziza, Akwai, Sebastian,
Aye.
Saket, Robert,
Aye.
Rita,
Aye.
Naveen, Mira,
Aye.
David,
Aye.
Christine.
Aye.
Okay, perfect. I got Saket's vote. Kate, Tateva, Brendan, Brianna,
Aye.
Camilla,
Aye.
Ricky, Sarah, Vidhi, okay. The resolution to fund graduation drive-in movie night has passed unanimously once again.
Thank you very
Congratulations,
much,
everyone.
Vice President. Congratulations, everyone. The next item on new business is this resolution from at-large Senator Warner, our President Dylan Turbisreal, with sponsor our Speaker Patel, 2021 S/E4 to pilot clean boxes. Essentially, we have a lot of funding. Even GDS has already tried to eliminate plastic bags. And this would create, let me share in the chat, an initiative to use reusable takeout containers for the upcoming year. I just got off the phone with Brian Conway, and there were some updates regarding this. PRCC will be the only cafeteria available. Stoneby is going to be a vaccination site until January 2021. That is the proposition. So we're calling just to designate $10,000 from the general fund for this initiative, whether it be with takeout containers or partnering with John Bon Jovi Kitchen, to continue work with GDS, Gourmet Dining Services, integrate efforts with housing, hall councils, relevant partners, and to transfer this funds back to the emergency funding if there's no plan in place by January 2022. Is there any debate or discussion on this? Senator David.
No, it's not about this bill. I wanted to motion to extend the meeting for 20 minutes.
Okay, there's a motion before the floor to extend the meeting for 20 minutes. I will say we have this one and we have this 2/3 vote and we have another 2/3 vote for the PRCC renovation pending. So I'm expecting until just about 1 as is. Introducing this motion would necessitate another 2/3 votes, and we could technically continue as long as you guys don't call me to order. So Senator, would you like to withdraw your motion?
Okay, then in that instance, yes, I withdraw the motion.
Okay, thank you, Senator. Unless someone calls me to order, we will be continuing. So I hope you got the chance to read over this already, but basically we still need to figure out the logistics. This is designating $10,000 for a greener takeout program from Gourmet Dining Services, the dining service that helps students on our campus, especially seeing that, Stonesby is closed. So we're going to see potentially more takeout. Is there any debate or discussion on this resolution, 2021 S/E3?
May I be recognized?
Of course, Senator.
So I just want to speak in favor of this legislation. I think that it's important that we continue to advocate for a greener campus. And I think that this is the first step in doing that. And I think pairing this with the resolution that we passed last week for 100% renewable energy, I think that we are headed in the right direction. So I definitely am in support of this.
Thank you, Speaker. I do ask that discussion is limited unless you have an issue with this resolution in time's sake. But thank you, Speaker. Is there any other debate or discussion on this resolution? Okay, if there's no further debate or discussion, we'll move to a 2/3 majority vote by roll call. Vice President?
Yeah, Tunamji?
Aye.
Jordan?
Aye.
Tanvi?
Aye.
Avas?
Aye.
Adele? Miriam?
Aye.
Zahra? Aziza? Akwai? Sebastian? Saket?
Aye.
Robert?
Aye.
Suita?
Aye.
Naveen? She had to leave. Mira?
Aye.
David?
Yay.
Christine?
Aye.
Kate?
Aye.
Sateva? Brendan? Brianna? Camilla?
Aye.
Ricky? Sarah? And Ridhi? All right, once again, the resolution to sponsor PRCC renovation funding has passed with a unanimous yes. Congratulations.
Sorry, just to correct that slip there. We just passed the Clean Box Pilot Program. We're currently looking at Resolution 2021 E14 to resume PRCC renovations. But thank you, Vice President.
Got it, thanks.
So this resolution is fairly short, but essentially Director Ben McCardle offered insight on this and recommended that we make a longer lasting impact by sponsoring not just items within the space, but the spaces themselves. Replacing carpet alone would cost at least $10,000, but Student Life uses these events frequently. And if we authorize, $10,000, we still might be able to have our name involved with these efforts and demonstrate to students that we are supporting their spaces overall for the next 10 to 15 years. It has been stated and put before the floor. It's authored by our president, sponsored by Senate Speaker Tanvi Patel. 2021 E14 is now open for debate and discussion. Is there any debate or discussion regarding this resolution? If there is no debate or discussion regarding this resolution, we will be moving to a 2/3 majority vote by roll call.
Yeah. Tunanzi?
Oh no, sorry, Vice President. I just want to
no
wait
worries.
a couple more seconds.
Yes, go ahead.
Debate or discussion regarding this resolution? Okay. I got a message from Senator Christine. She has to leave, but she says aye for this resolution overall. Vice President, if you'd be able to do the roll call.
Of course. Tunanzi?
Aye.
Jordan?
Aye.
Tanvi?
Aye.
Yvette?
Aye.
Adele? Miriam?
Aye.
Zahra? Aziza? Okay. Akwai? Sebastian?
Aye.
Rocket? Robert?
Aye.
Rita? Rita
Aye.
Bosque. Got it. Naveen? No, she has to leave. Mira?
Aye.
David? Christine?
Christine voted aye. She messaged me before she
Oh, yes.
hopped up. Mhm.
Kate?
Aye.
Sateva? Brendan? Brianna? Camilla?
Aye.
Ricky? Sarah? And Ridhi? All right, now the resolution to pass PRCC innovation funding has passed with a unanimous yes.
All right. Thank you very much. Luckily, we just hit 1 o'clock. Good luck in classes. This has been a record-setting meeting for legislation as well as funds moved. I don't think we've ever had more than 5 pieces of legislation or like $20,000, $30,000 aside from the one resolution with care funds. But thank you all so much for your hard work. Best of luck, everyone. Best of luck with finals. And next Monday will be our last meeting. It shouldn't be as intense. But thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for your hard work. Take care, stay safe, be well.
Bye, everyone. Take care.
No, you take care, Harrison.
No, you take care. For outside members, I apologize we didn't get the chance to you. But if you have collaborations, anything like that, please email. They left. I'm heading out too. Thank you, guys. All right, I gotta head to class. Take care, y'all.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Good job.